Alright guys, what's going on? My name is Edgar and welcome to Go Fast RC. So today we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff and a really cool truck. Alright, enough of my ugly mug. Let's start talking about this bad girl after we kind of go over a couple little things. So I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded anything onto the YouTube channel. I've just been super busy with work and school, so don't worry, I've still been working on projects, as you guys can tell. Still working on projects, still playing with RC cars. It's just I'm not uploading anything at all. I've been really heavy into racing as well, so I've been driving these guys a lot. I recently got this guy. It is pretty dirty though. I ran it and I shut off with the air compressor and I haven't cleaned it up since, so do pardon me for having a dirty truck. There's the big girl in all of her glory right there. So anyways, let's talk about this bad girl. Alright, so this bad girl is a XXXNT. It's got a little OS12 TR in it, and yeah, it's a really cool truck. The even cooler part is that this truck was actually given to me by a customer at the shop. So in the condition that it sits right now, well, I have done a little bit of work to it, but for the most part, in the condition that it sits right now was how it was given to me. So as you guys can tell, this truck is in really nice shape. I mean, like, just the body alone is in super nice shape. It's got a couple little wear spots and stuff, but I mean, considering how old the truck is, I'd say it's in really good shape. So this truck right here was given to me by a customer by the name of Ed Pelster. And Ed, if you're watching, which I really hope you are, this truck is really cool, and I'm so grateful that you gave this thing to me, dude, because it's like legit mint. I mean, it's dirty in like some spots, but this is the nicest truck that's ever been given to me ever in the history of ever. So Ed, I can't thank you enough, dude. It's such a cool truck, and it started an addiction, if I'm being honest. There's XXX number 2. Ed, he's a super cool guy that comes into the shop, and me and him, we'll just freaking goof off and talk about Nitro cars and stuff for at least 45 minutes usually. And Ed's a bit of a Nitro head himself, so he's got a really nice Nitro collection that I still have a ways to go before I'm up to his level of Nitro head. Well, this is actually going to be my runner that I actually drive and take to the track. This one is going to be a pure shelf queen. I'm going to drive it every great once in a while, kind of like how my Fortec is. I only drive my Fortec maybe 2 or 3 times a year. That's going to be the same deal with this girl right here. So yeah, today we're going to try to get this truck fired up. I got my starter box right here. I'm not exactly sure how well it's going to work, because this is an 8th scale starter box, and that is not an 8th scale. But I think I can finagle it enough to where I should be able to hopefully get it somewhat started. I'm not entirely sure though. So we'll figure it out when we take it outside. Alright fellas, we're in the backyard now. Nice, beautiful September day. Got the puppet dogs with me too. So we got some VP 20% right here. The starter box is all charged up. The glow igniter's charged, so I think we just gotta figure out how to press this thing down and get it to kick over this engine. Okay, so I am not entirely sure how I'm going to make this work, but we're gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna move you guys down here so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And then we're gonna have Loba walk directly in the way So we're just gonna stick some fuel in it right now. Stick some fuel in it. We're gonna prime it using the old blowhole technique, or whatever you want to call it. Well, it doesn't always work out. Why did not work? That's not good. Don't do that. That is very much not good. My lip stings. I'm gonna go rinse out my mouth. Okay, feels better. My mouth no longer has a stinging sensation. So that's probably better. Okay, let's try to get this back and I'll start it again. So it did take a prime, but I think there's something wrong with the fuel tank. But we'll see how it goes. I'll preemptively take off my slide so I can use it to stop the engine in case something bad happens. So let's see if I can get this thing to even touch. Hey, it's not as hard as I thought. Oh, it's almost there. It fired. So close. It's right there. I can feel it in my nuggets. I think what's happening is the igniter is moving, so it's not glowing the entire time. It's definitely, it wants to fire though. It really wants to fire. It's rich. It's pretty rich. So just in those few seconds that it was running, that's what it sprayed out. Now I don't know if that's actual fuel or if that's oil that's burning off when I kind of refreshed it a little bit. But we'll see. It already feels kind of warm. But we'll see if I can get it to stay running, and we'll see kind of where it goes. But yes, it does run. Now we just have to keep it running. Kind of lopsided, but it'll do for now. See if we can get her fired again. I think her glow plug's dead. So we'll pull this glow plug out real fast. Look at that. You guys ever seen a glow plug that looks like that? That's so weird. I've never seen one that looks like that. Ooh, yeah. She's got stuff falling out. It's not necessarily bad stuff, though. It's stuff that's getting burnt off. I got this little 15 here. I know this glow plug works because it's a nice, good old OS number 8. Should never go wrong. It's the OS number 8. I'm gonna put this number 8 in here. There we go. And then we'll put this ancient one in here. It says R3. Right there, R3. And it's got this funky ass head on it too. I've never seen one that looks like that before. So, this is gonna go in this old 15 I have. And hopefully this guy with a good plug in it will run better. Let's give this another shot. I'm pretty hopeful that this is gonna fire a lot easier. There we go. Definitely needs to be tuned, but sounds good. It's a little funky, but this is the first time it's ran in probably close to 20 years, so like even the idle's gotten better too, just since it's been running. That's so cool. I have the little rubber band on it too, just to make sure the idle, the throttle closes all the way. They're starting to run better. There we go. It's official, it runs. It's a little rough, but of course it's gonna be rough. It's 20 years old. I I'm just gonna let it finish out idling, and then I'll see if I can figure out the idle and tune it. Definitely rich though, super duper rich. Still has quite a bit of fuel left in it. There's some bubbles in the cooling head too. I'll also address that as well. But yeah. That's 20 years right there. Aw. Well, that was 20 years. It's rich. Super rich though. It's pretty warm actually. Like super warm. So we'll have to figure that out. It's not acting like it's got an air leak, but it's still got a little bit of fuel left in it. Not a whole bunch, but it's definitely warm. But to be fair, it is an engine, so that is going to be normal. That is like redonkulous right there. Got a little bit in the starter box, but not a whole lot. There's the aftermath of us trying to start it. Let me make sure it's bottom dead center. There we go. Now it's bottom dead center. Yeah, other than getting some poop on my tires, I'd say overall this was a success. It runs. Granted, it doesn't run super great. Loba agrees, so does Otis. It doesn't run super great, but it does run, and that is a big deal. It is a shelf clean anyways, so it doesn't have to run totally spot on every single time. Although I'd like it to run spot on every single time, but it's just gonna come with tuning and messing around with it. There are, like, I think it's got a tiny little bit of a leak up here. Like there were some bubbles that you guys can see. There were some bubbles up in there. You can hear the idlewood surge as well. So I don't know if that's tuning or if that's something else. But it's definitely surging. So yeah, other than that, this is really cool. Now that I know that it runs, the engine will fire and it'll somewhat stay running, I'm very hopeful. So all I really have to do now is stick a receiver in it and then put a battery in it, and then it's basically done. Of course, after I clean it now, because it's got all kinds of messiness everywhere on it now. This is the first time it's been outside in probably like a month since Ed brought it to me at the shop, and this is the first time it's ran in, gosh, probably 20 years. So yeah. Ooh, there's a puppy right there. So yeah, it's very, very cool. It's very, very relieving that it does run. That makes me extremely happy. I'm not gonna say it's a healthy running car yet, but it runs. So that's our biggest deal right there. So I think that's gonna be it for me today. I'm gonna go inside, shoot this guy off with the air compressor and get the rag on it, get all the fuel and stuff off of it, and then it'll be running again here soon. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later.